What's up, Giants? Today I'm going to show you something that I created that is changing the way that I handle lead generation in my business. And this is for Wake Up with Giants, 12 Journeys, and the Giants and the Smalls program. Uh, I've been using AI now for about, well, since 2022. So how long is that? About 3.5 years so far. And I keep learning new things and they keep releasing new things. And so this is amazing to see where it's evolving to. But one of the bigger questions is agentic AI and how do we create tools that are actually useful for our organization? Now, if you're like me, I'm sick of filling out forms. Forms are clunky. You have to click through all these steps and then you have to opt in and all this stuff. And I just got sick of it. So I created something to change how we collect information from potential clients. And so I generated this. I'm going to show you and walk you through it in real time so you can actually see it working. So if you go to My 12 Journeys, you can actually fill this out. If you're just testing it, right in the comment section there, I'll show you where to do that. That you're just testing it, you wanted to see how it works. But what it does is it actually takes the lead information in, parses it out. I'll show you in real time here, and then generates my follow-up sequence. I know based on research that I need to follow up with somebody about 6 to 8 times before they're ready to buy. So in most cases, most people need at least 6 to 8 touch points before they're in a position to respond and say, you know what, yeah, share some more details with me. So I created this to do that. So when you go to my12journeys.com, you'll click on this button here for activate your team's potential. You can do it from your phone or your computer. I think it's better from the computer, but I do try and create everything for phone. So you click on this button, tell us about your team. It takes you to this little form, or that's the lazy man's way to get there, or you can just scroll down a little bit. And this is the form. So instead of a traditional lead form, this is what this does. I'll walk you through it. So I'm going to use text to speech. So my name is Nick Smith. I'm with ABC Corp, and we are looking for training for our team around the 12 journeys. I'm curious about it. I don't know how it works. You can reach me at 385-831-0589, or my email is clearpathtraining@gmail.com. And if you wouldn't mind just getting me some details, I'm the director of training. And what we're struggling with right now is that we implement new ideas, but because of old programming, our team's not implementing those new ideas. And so I would love some details about how we could enhance our team performance with the tools that we currently have. So I'm going to turn that off because it'll. So I'm going to fix my email here real quick, clearpathtraining@gmail.com. So that's in there, phone number's in there, and all I'm going to do is click send. So rather than doing a form and having to go through all these steps of putting in my name and my email and my phone number and then telling what it is and then opting in and then waiting for it to all process, this does it all in one place. So what happens is it's telling them the steps it's taking, and it's plugging that information right into my Google Sheet. So I use Google, Gmail, uh, Sheets, and N8N for this stack, which is really cool because it's using coding to parse out the information. It's using AI to actually separate everything that was on that form. So it tells them, look, we'll get back to you quickly. It shoots it over to my form and then updates where it came from, separates out the name, the company. It'll put in the role if they give that information. Sometimes it doesn't always catch it, but it will put it into the notes and then tells me what type of service they're looking for and the last contact date. So if I go over to my email, I should have an email there from my 12 journeys, which I do. So that came through just fine. And I could see that it's parsed out for my name and all the details. They can actually book an appointment right there. But let me show you what happens on the back end of this. So when the lead comes through, it comes through what is called a webhook. So this is N8N. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole thing here. So it comes in through a webhook, and then AI immediately grabs that information and parses it out using code. And so it separates out the name, the email, the company, phone number, contact info, details, and notes, and puts it in the uh, appropriate fields in the sheet so that I can go back and quickly look at that contact and see what they're up to. But then it It updates my sheet, sends them a message. So that initial message that I got is right there, updates the sheet with the contact date, waits 2 days because I found that 2 days is the sweet spot for contacting clients. Tells them that, it sends them another message, updates the form again, and then sends me a message that there's a new lead in there. I wait for the 2 day period just to give myself a little room. And then on a daily follow up, what it'll do is it'll go in and read that sheet, grab all the rows, filter out anything that hasn't been contacted, and use code to separate it out for continued follow up. So it knows what the last message was, when to send it, what message to send, and then automatically over 21 days sends 6 additional messages and every time updates my sheet. Now, if they haven't responded after 6 days, it sends me a notification that says, hey, you might want to update this and put them on a quarterly contact so that you can stay in touch with them and at least build some kind of relationship with them. Most people know pretty quickly if they want to work with you or not. And so at 6 or 7 touch points, they're going to get back to you. But the whole process is smooth, affordable, using what's available right now in the market. So when you're looking at agentic AI, this is what you're really talking about, is using AI inside of your agents. And so these agents are systems that perform certain tasks every day. And when you come into the My 12 Journeys, that's really what you're looking at, is this is going to take your information, no matter how you put it in, it'll parse it out and then create that lead, email that lead, stay in touch with them, and then notify me so that I can contact them personally as well, and then just keep that relationship going. I think this is freaking awesome. If you want something like this for your team or for your website, reach out to me and ask me about how to do it. This is something that I built custom. I built the entire widget to match my brand. And so this is all coded out. I created all the HTML coding for this so that it would do everything that I want it to do. Now, if you're curious, this little button here is your acquisition profile. This is free, no email required. So when you go to the Teams button here, you'll just click that. It'll open up the document. And here's what's cool. If you're like me and you use ChatGPT daily, which I use it for strategy, for mindset, for challenges, and I turn on the memory so it knows who I am. So I can go into ChatGPT and say, tell me about myself, and it'll sometimes know me better than I know me. So this acquisition strengths finder, what it does is it goes through your history on GPT, and you use this entire prompt right here. So you grab this and then you copy that into GPT. You upload this document to that prompt. So you'll put it into GPT. Let me just show you how to do that. So you'll copy this, and then inside of ChatGPT, and it is engineered for ChatGPT, you'll just paste that entire prompt exactly like it is. Okay. And then you'll upload the document. So make sure you download it so you can upload it, and then hit enter, and it's going to generate a 10-section report. It's huge, that tells you how you acquire clients and what might be getting in the way of you being able to do that. This is a killer program. Now, it also goes through and explains why this matters. The acquisition prototype, or the archetype, is really designed around what we see in nature and human beings. Even though we don't pursue food necessarily, we pursue income and other things so that we can afford food, so that we can afford housing. So this tells you your archetype based on your history with ChatGPT, whether you're a hunter, a trapper, a fisher. It tells you how you go out into the world and what your strengths are and where your weaknesses are so that you can actually enhance those. And we see that in the 12 journeys as a process of moving from small to giant. So in those areas that are playing small, it doesn't mean you're necessarily weak. You'll never get good at it. It's just simply an opportunity to grow that part of you, that acquisition archetype, into a giant as well. And if you're an organization and you're looking at your team, if you're hiring sales teams or marketing managers, this will tell you where their strengths are. And so you could have them either use their history in ChatGPT, or if they don't have a lot of history, they can grab this prompt and it will walk them through questions that help them to analyze themselves and see what their archetype might be. And so either way, whether you have a history with ChatGPT or you're new to it, you can use one of those two prompts. Use this one if you've got a history, this one if you don't. Upload this document to it. It will have all the instructions in it. And it's going to create a 10-section report that is just going to blow your mind as far as where your strengths and weaknesses are when it comes to acquiring assets and income and things like that. So these are some of the tools I'm building using AI. I've fed my 12 Journeys program and my ideas into AI to help me create these. This is the power. This is where it's going. I'm already seeing that coaching is shifting because AI is already better than I would say most coaches, which is sad. You know, it's kind of scary, but the idea is not to eliminate your position, it's to enhance your position using AI. And that's what we're doing with the 12 journeys is we're using it to enhance the experience of not only our clients but ourselves. I'm using it to learn, to grow, to understand my program even further, to learn how to market it, to take those weaknesses that I have in my acquisition style and turn those into giants. And so if you want more details, feel free to DM me, comment below. What do you think of this? How could this serve you and your team? I really feel like the traditional forms that we're used to are going to go away, that in just conversational style, just like doing a text message or a message inside of Messenger, you're going to be able to parse out everything you need from that conversation to automatically fill out your leads, just like I did here. Now, I've done this affordably using Gmail and Google products, and that's available to you as well. Um, I could show you a demonstration of how to do it for yourself, or if you want me to do it for you, I could talk to you about what that might look like. So feel free to reach out. I hope you go make it a giant day, and I look forward to your comments about this. What do you think of all this? So comment below, and if you know somebody that might be interested in this video and this particular item for their business, have them watch this because this is cool. This is getting cool. I freaking love how AI is evolving how we do business. It's scary and exciting at the same time. So go make it a giant day. Thank you for your time today. And let me just fix this because it's going to play an outro video and I don't want to do that. So let me just fix that real quick. And we will call it a day. So go make it a giant day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.